Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Timothy Reyes, and I am speaking with Richard or Danny from VRI. So I went ahead and got your email, and I checked everything, and I have the data that you requested. So let's go ahead and check it out. Okay, guys. So to start, the motherboard I'm using is an Asus P8Z77-V. I have a Intel i5 3.4 gigahertz processor with 4 gigabytes of RAM. The graphics card is a Radeon HD 6770, and I am running a Windows 7 32-bit operating system. And in addition, if I go into my UAC settings, type in UAC, you'll notice it's set to never notify, which is good. Now, if I go into my screensaver, then notice it's set to none. If I go into my change power settings, it's set to high performance, like what you had last requested, and the turn off the display and put the computer to sleep are both set to never. So everything in this computer is pretty much set up how what you'd want. But the issue is still apparent. Again, if I press the edit preview button up here, I have that selected, and for the specific font I'm using right now, it is, let me focus, it is Gill Sans Condensed Bold. And if I go to my output, notice that the font is kind of like slashed, like the sword slashing it. Like right here, you see distortion. There, that gives you a pretty good glimpse of it. Now, you had first stated, well, it's because this play button is, this edit preview button is enabled. So let me disable it, and I'm going to push the play button. Now, again, I'm using the Gill Sans, and within the timeline below, I dragged it out so it's a few seconds. So I'm going to press this play button. And notice you still see the slashing of it, and that is with the play button pressed. Now, it happens to multiple fonts, but with some fonts it looks fine. Like if I go to Arial, right there, and it changes to the Arial font. Now I'm going to go ahead and press the play button up here. And look at the Arial font is good to go. It looks pretty clean. But if I set this font to, let's say, Times New Roman, which is a default font, of course, change. So I'm going to go ahead and press the play button. And this is the Time New Roman font, and look at the SD right here, it's split. Now, if I change it back to the Gill's Condensed, the Gill Sans Condensed, this one, and if I press the play button, this is the one that's more apparent. It's slashed, and that is with pressing the play button. Now, you might think, well, what if you save it as a cut file? If I go to File, Save as Cut File, give it a name, and I could go ahead and go to my sequence, press the play button, let's go to 2, then it's still slashed. So basically what I'm getting at is regardless of how I play it, the text is still slashing and it's not supposed to be, and it doesn't really matter if I have the edit preview button enabled or disabled, the problem still happens. Now again, if I were to create individual text boxes, it looks fine. For this specific customer that I have, they really want this function to work. If it doesn't work, they'll probably return the system. It's international, and we really want to help these guys out. So please work with me here. Thank you.